How's it going? Back out at the range again today. Going to be testing some 308 ammo. We've got the 175 grain Federal hollow point boat tails, and I've got my target right here that we are going to set up. This is from First Defense. This is for a different drill, but I'm going to be using it today to get a couple shots. We're going to be at 100 yards. We're going to be shooting off the bench rest today. I did a previous video with this 175 grain, and I want to go out to about 300 yards today, just see where we're hitting. So I'm gonna check my zero, get a good group at 100 yards, make sure we're getting it right where we need it, and then once we do that, we'll go over to 200. We'll be shooting on probably steel, but I'll go down and paint it if it hasn't already, and then we'll see what kind of groups we can get at 200, and then we'll move over to 300. So that is the plan for today. This 175 grain has been probably some of my favorite stuff to shoot. It's also really great if you're going to shoot out farther, maybe past 800 yards up to 1,000. So we've got our gold medal Sierra Batch King 175 grain. So I'll get some of these loaded up and we'll get a good group down there, see how it looks. It's like our first group, there's just a touch left. Alright, well, we'll shoot for bottom of the paper now. See if we third shot was a touch low. All right, let's go take a look at those. All right, so first group of the day was like these three. Then we moved it over to the right, and we got this group right here, about 1.5 inches. Then came down, our first two shots were these two, and then our next one came down. So that's about a 1 inch group there, and then came up top, is aiming right here. We put two basically in the same hole right there, and the third one was actually high. So, but overall, we are getting 1 inch groups now. I'd like it to be a little tighter. Need to try to just focus a little bit more on those third shots, I guess. But that's good enough for 100, so we'll take it on back to 200 and see where we're hitting now. Alrighty, now we are at 200. Let's get some stuff loaded up here real quick. The 300 yard rest. On the ballistics data, that I looked at through Federal, they have 300 yards as I believe 1.6 mils would be my change. I took a practice shot just to see where we were hitting, and I'm at 1.1, and that's getting me dead on. So now I'm going to do a group with the 175 grain. We're 300 yards. I'll shoot the bigger steel first, try to get a group, and then we'll try to ring some 6-inch steel. It's a 3-shot group, and they're all touching, or at least on steel. So really, I'll take that at 300 yards. I might go down and measure it at the end as well. All right, so we got that one. There is some shots on the other steel already, but we'll see if we can just ring the center of it. There's not anything on the orange part of the next one I'm going to shoot, so we'll see if we can throw that in. Alright, hit it. Hit. Alrighty, that'll do it. We also run the 6-inch down there. It's pretty beat up, but we saw it swing, so we got a good square hit. Let's go down and take a peek at our hits. All right, so way back there is where we were. Let's take a peek here. So like I said, there was already some stuff on here. I'll show you where our groups were. So our group is these 3 shots right here. So we have 1, 2, 3. So you can actually see those impacts. So that is a 1.5-inch group, which is half MOA. So 1 MOA at 300 yards, 3 inches. So there, that's our group right there. I absolutely love that. And this is right where we were aiming. I was trying to stay away from all this stuff. This stuff was already here. So this is that's a 6-inch round. And we hit that a couple times. So I'll absolutely take that at 300 yards. And this was our group. So this is the one I said there was nothing on the orange. And we've got 1, 2, and 3 on there. It's kind of hard to tell. But we had definitely hit that orange, and that right there is actually less than an inch. So I actually saw the splatter on all those, so that is a great group as well. So this 175 grain gold medal match from Federal is absolutely fantastic. Got it all dialed in. This right here with our 100-yard zero was 1.1 mils is what I brought it up. So that's what my scope is in mils, so that was my adjustment there. And then again for 200 yards, my adjustment was actually only 0.2 mils. So I believe on the ballistics data, it said for 200 yards was actually going to be like 0.6, and 300 yards was supposed to be 2.6. Actually, let me double check that. So Federal has the adjustment in mils for 200 yards at 0.6 mils, and for 300 yards at 1.5 mils. So we were at 0.2 for 200 and 1.1 for 300. So the ballistic apps and all that stuff is definitely good, but you definitely need to get out and verify it with your rifle. So that is why I wanted to come out and do that. Today I can only get out to 300 yards. I'll have to wait for a day for the longer range to be open so we can come out and test it a little farther out and see where we're going to be. But I like what we're seeing so far. The 175 grain, very accurate, shoots flat. I'm a big fan of it, so I'm probably going to continue to keep shooting that and testing it out a little bit farther. So hope this was very informative for you guys. I know we've done a test on this one in the past, but like to be able to shoot a little bit farther back and see what the groups look like even farther. And I would say we definitely had good results today. So I appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.